We're talking about lakes here. You know, we got a lot to talk about. There's lots of lakes. And you're going to find out all about them on this episode.
That's our intro. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. I want that in there.
Okay.
Editor, leave that in.
Editor.
Sounds good.
Thanks, man. Could you let him know? Hey, guys.
What kind of...
It's a wild intro already.
Well, it started with you ripping the loudest burp anyone's ever heard on this episode podcast deal.
Yeah.
What was your question, Liam?
I'm trying to think. What kind of a Mr. Rogers intro was that? I just
Hey,
heard.
guys.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Welcome back, everyone.
Yeah, you're something, dude.
Am I like Bob Ross on the microphone?
Uh,
Could I be? And over here, we're going to paint a beautiful little hooker. All right.
we might lose Liam for the first 5 minutes of this episode as he's haggling with a gentleman to buy a Milwaukee pack-out case.
He's trying to buy tools.
Yeah, he heard the bug-out bag last week, so now he's getting a pack-out bag.
Need it. Well, I'm taking my tools with me wherever I'm going. So it's always
true.
worth
For that price, I would too.
At work, we had a bunch of leftover, like 1/4-inch steel cable.
Yeah.
And my foreman and I was either throw them away or keep them. So we kept them. And he's like, dude, throw that in your bug-out bag. I was like, good idea.
Yeah. You got to, yeah.
Came with the cable clamps and everything, man.
I wonder what the people thought. We're recording this kind of earlier than we usually do, so we probably don't have much feedback. Not like we get a ton anyways.
I got a comment about you, Easton.
Drowning in feedback.
Yeah, what's up?
Guy wanted me to tell you face to face. He said, you know, you and Liam could probably survive for quite a while. But that Easton character, man.
He'd survive forever.
He's like, as soon as you hear about the apocalypse, you better just shoot him right away to get it over with quick.
Dude, my plans are good. Okay.
Yeah.
I did get one piece of feedback from my girlfriend. She said you were missing something in your bug-out bag or your plan for your apocalypse. And I was like, sorry, it wasn't my ass.
I thought it for sure was Liam's ass.
And I said, what is that? And she said, you have to take me into the bank vault with you. So I said it was up in the air. I don't know if we're going to have enough room. There's a lot of cans in there.
Did you say it?
There's a lot of real estate.
There's an entry fee. How many cans do you have?
Yeah. What's your can count? That's
there you go.
Dude, I'm telling you.
What are you telling
there's
me?
there's about 1% of the population of women in the world that could probably hold their own in an apocalypse. Anything else is just luggage, dude.
Misha Tate.
And I was going to say they're all MMA fighters.
Yeah. Cyborg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because how many chicks could you beat up? Like if you had to?
So many.
A lot.
So many.
Yeah. Is my life in danger?
But is another guy going to be
yes.
protecting them? Like how you would protect Shayna?
Would you protect Shayna?
Comes down to me or the cans.
Or her or the cans? Her or the cans? Who you taking?
Yeah, her or the cans.
Because that's kind of like a trial, you know.
Half her, half the cans.
What do you just want? Like her left leg or something?
No, right down the middle. Forehead to
area?
Belly button.
Forehead to belly button, straight down to the navel. I don't know how she'd walk very well. Probably she'd lean, hand and leg. You know.
Start calling her Eileen.
Yeah, but that was last week's episode.
I think if a guy wants to fight my girlfriend, I'm going to say go for it. Because if it ever comes down to an apocalypse situation, I need to know if she can fight.
Yeah. You're going to put the guy up to it, go fight my girlfriend?
No, I wouldn't put him up to it. Just obviously he's pissed off.
Yeah, so you could be bribed, is what you're saying.
Yeah. If he came up to me and
he's like, you don't really even need an apocalypse.
He said, I'm really pissed off. I think I want to fight your girlfriend. She's sitting right over there, dude.
If you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah. Go ahead. Good luck.
What if she's already thought this same thing and she tells girls,
if you want to fight my boyfriend.
Yeah, like go try and fight my boyfriend or something like that because I want to know if he's got the balls to hit a woman in case it was an apocalypse.
100%, dude. That's like a fever dream for me. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding?
It's like you couldn't line that up any better.
Waves of girls coming up that I get to just hit. Finally,
pummel them.
Finally.
Lord, what a start to this podcast.
Feeding women is bad.
All right, bro.
If you're listening,
bro, do the intro.
Just kidding.
Yeah, hey, this is episode 73.
73, baby.
73. We're going to talk about lakes if you're illiterate. Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Dude, we're gonna have to drop an episode. I was gonna say it was on Christmas, but it's gonna be the day after. But
Next week will be a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
So
we'll cross that bridge when we get to the lake.
yeah.
This week we're talking about lakes. All water.
So lakes are defined as bodies of water surrounded by land.
Yeah.
And they can vary from just a few square feet all the way up to the Caspian Sea is actually a lake, which is 143,000 square miles.
Square feet if you're in Minnesota, I'd say.
Square inches.
Yeah.
Dude, if you piss on the ground, they'll be like, new lake.
Yep. Land of 10,001 lakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota kind of, I don't know if they got it figured out.
It's a big thing for them.
Yeah, it's like they're proud of it.
Yeah. Should be like land of 9,000 boats.
There could be that many.
There
I'd probably
could be
say.
even more.
There's probably more when you think about the
It's
population
got to be
of
like
Minnesota.
50 to a lake, like average.
That depends.
40 to a lake.
You think 50 to a lake, 50 times 10,000? 500,000 boats in Minneapolis or Minnesota? Not Minneapolis. We know they don't have boats.
No, they don't have boats. I'd say that's probably it could be a fair number.
Well, how many people live in Minnesota?
Yeah. Nathaniel?
It's got to be a couple million.
In the whole state?
Yeah.
No.
I know like 6 or 7 for sure.
I know
They
a few
could,
people
no,
that-
yeah.
How many of you guys got? Let's tally them up.
Let's see.
Carry the
Currently
one.
living there or like permanent
I'm gonna go-
residents?
8
just
million?
Like, just like might live there.
8 million.
You know that
Wait.
many?
Yeah, we're talking about people we know. I want to say probably like 16.
So yeah,
Oh,
we're at
people I
we're at
know.
24 confirmed. What about you?
How many people I know in Minnesota? Probably a decent amount, 50.
Okay. Wow. He really upped our count there. Yeah, so I'd say they're maybe pushing 100. Nathan, what about you? How many you got?
I don't know anybody from Minnesota.
What?
You're only as good as your weakest link.
Dude,
How many people live in Minnesota?
go on a
though?
trip.
Do you imagine he's like 70?
5.7 million.
5.7.
Go on a
You
trip
said?
sometime.
What'd you say, 6? Yeah, you said
Yeah,
6.
I
Nice
think so.
guess, man.
Look at that. There's my snap maps of people in Minnesota.
Was it 16? Yeah.
I mean,
You don't know the numbers before that.
It's not 50. I lied.
Yeah. I don't think you know 50 people in Minnesota.
I would like to know less than 50 people, but I know more.
in general.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen The Fall of Minnesota or The Fall of Minneapolis? It's a documentary on YouTube. I think it's about the riots after George Floyd.
11.
Heard it's pretty good. 11.
Fall.
Yeah, some of these people I
Yeah, so
don't
you
know.
round up. But there's a couple people that probably don't know their snap maps on.
I don't know these people.
Okay.
The world's deepest lake, Lake Baikal, in which country? It's not the United States. It's not North America.
It's Baikal.
Lake Baikal. Baikal.
It sounds Indian.
That's India's your guess, Leroy?
Of where it is?
Yeah.
Lake Bickle?
Yeah.
Baikal? Dude, I want to go. Let's say New Hampshire.
It's not
Not
North
in the
America.
Oh, man.
He doesn't even go country. He goes down to the state.
I'm talking about one of like the biggest and
Yeah.
deepest lakes, and he goes like some small, like
He goes,
10
"I'm gonna
square
go."
feet state.
He goes, I'm going Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I'm like, wow, why so niche?
Chattanooga, dude.
Yeah.
What country?
It's what country is
Not
the
North America.
deepest lake?
Yeah, where is it?
Can't say
It's a
India.
pretty
Man.
prominent country.
Yeah, I imagine it's a big one. Not Africa.
That's not a country, but it's probably not in Africa either.
Continent, yeah.
Because they don't
There's
have
not a
water there.
whole lot of
water.
wet going on in
Trust
Africa.
me, you
That's
think you
why
don't-
I said
You don't
that.
correlate Africa and lakes.
No.
They don't
Exactly.
go hand in hand.
That's why I immediately vetoed that option.
Yeah.
I said that's not going to be
Who's the
one.
president of Africa?
There isn't one.
Okay. Why not?
Too big.
too big. It's true. What's
Too
wrong with
much
the
power
fingers?
for one
Dude,
man.
just
dude.
guess a country, man.
Or
do you want me to say?
Bangladesh.
God. No, it's Russia.
I would
Oh.
say it's Russia or China,
Dang
but
it.
India seemed like a sleeper one, you know?
It was
Yeah.
nice.
Russia was going to be my next
Yeah.
guess.
So it's over a mile deep in the deepest places, which is insane for a lake.
What's Lake Superior? Because Lake Superior is the deepest lake in the U.S.
Right.
North America, maybe.
Wasn't he going to look something up?
Yeah, the
So
population.
the 5 Great Lakes are the biggest lakes in the world.
What?
Like inland lakes.
Width-wise, girth-wise.
Yeah.
Other than the Caspian Sea, but those are considered seas because they're so big.
How
But-
can you call them? Yeah. You can't call it It can't be
Can't call it a
classified as a
comeback.
lake if it literally has sea in the name, you know?
Right. But I guess definition wise, if you ask the Merriam-Webster guys,
Those two suck.
they say that it's
It's like calling the ocean a bay, you know?
yeah. What's the bay up in Canada?
Chesapeake.
That's New York.
It's Hudson.
Hudson Bay.
The
Like that's
Hudson
a
River
huge
goes
one.
up into there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Hudson guy found it.
Tim Hudson,
Yep.
the old pitcher.
Yeah.
But
His
no,
previous life.
Lake Baikal is smaller than Superior, but it actually holds more water because it's way deeper than Superior is.
Okay. 1 mile deep. That is quite deep. Is there anything that's 1 mile tall? How tall is the Burj Khalifa in Dubai?
No
It's the
way. It's
tallest-
5,000 feet.
It can't be.
No, it's got to be like 2,000 some feet.
I bet it's like 2,031 feet.
2,112.
It's probably like 1,300.
2,717.
Damn, almost 3.
Half a mile.
Over.
Half a mile. So you could put 2 of those towers in the water.
And
Yeah.
it'd probably still be submerged because it's over a mile deep, which is insane.
Well, haven't you seen like those Titanic comparisons?
Oh my God. They're the greatest videos ever.
They are.
They just put tall things underwater digitally and then it just keeps going down.
Yeah. Did you know
looks
the tallest thing in the world for a certain amount of time was in North Dakota?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, dead serious. There's
Like-
a radio tower by
Yeah.
Fargo that
Oh.
was the tallest structure in the world for a while until they started building other stuff.
1807. My cousin Les Jepson held the record too.
Yeah,
No,
I was
it
gonna
was
say.
less just.
Jesus,
damn.
Liam.
No, it was
Sorry.
in like the 70s or 80s,
Really?
maybe even 90s.
I
I'm not
remember
sure.
hearing
Before
about
things were over 1 story tall, or what?
Oh no,
that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
How tall-
Manhattan was
Before
a thing.
Orville and
Nathan-
Redenbacher were the Wright brothers. Before
How
the Wright
tall is
brothers
the
started
structure?
flying up in the
Orville
air.
and Wilbur.
Wilbur. That's
Two
what
of the
it is.
most unhinged names. You get like
Orville and
What?
Redenbacher? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I knew it was.
Orville and Wilbur, the Wright brothers who did the first plane.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Wilbur's
being those
confused
parents.
Wilbur's a
That's
pig
what I'm
name.
saying,
Wilbur
like-
is a pig name.
You have 2 kids. You're like, well, if we're gonna name him something stupid, we better give his brother something
Yeah.
even dumber. And
We better have them compete.
yeah.
These people are going to be the dumb name contest.
Liam.
Yep.
It was the KVLY-TV mast.
Uh-huh.
It is, it was succeeded by the Warsaw radio mast as the world's tallest structure in 1974.
Warsaw. That's in Germany. Yeah.
How tall is it?
Poland. Germany did.
Yeah. How
something.
tall is the one here?
Yeah. I want to climb it.
Have you seen those things where people climb those towers to change the light bulb up
Like
top?
3 times
Yeah.
a year, and they get paid like $100K each time to do
Yeah.
it.
Because they're
So cool.
3 miles in the air.
I could never. Could you?
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. 100%.
For $100,000 an attempt. Yeah.
an attempt. I just attempted twice.
Yeah.
And then I just get 200,000.
Per attempt.
2,063 feet.
Damn.
2,000?
Yeah.
You're gonna climb
So-
that high.
The only difference is like 700 feet between that and the Burj Khalifa.
And the fun part about it is it's about as thin as this chair.
You think it is, but it's not.
I know. It's probably 10 feet wide though.
It's probably as
It
big
ain't
as this
very
room.
wide.
At the
It's probably
it
from-
I'd say
The
it's
base?
as big as this room. Yeah.
The base? Yeah, probably.
No, I don't care about the base. I'm talking about the middle, the
da-
shaft.
You're talking about the actual like beams that run up.
Yes.
Yep.
You're probably 10 feet wide. And do you get a climb on the inside of it or the outside?
You could choose.
What's gonna make it better?
Choose your fight.
What would you prefer?
The inside.
Why? So when you fall, you can smack your head 100 times on the way down?
Yeah, and at least maybe
Plinko?
you catch something. Maybe your backpack catches a hook.
Yeah, you catch your neck after falling for 150 feet and it comes off like that video of that guy launching the Luigi car and it slices his head
Yeah.
off. You know
Yeah,
what I'm talking
I
about?
Yeah.
definitely couldn't do it outside. I couldn't do it at all, actually.
Outside. You're still outside, man.
Are you scared of heights? Is that what the deal is?
Heights like that? I think everybody's scared of them.
What's a word that's just right below scared?
Nervous?
Yeah.
I'm avoidant of
Avoidant.
of the outsides. And,
You
or
need
of
to put that
heights,
thing
yeah.
away before it's gonna, because you started fidgeting with it and now it's reached to intrapersonal.
Interpersonal. The movie?
That's interstellar.
So it's only, you're just gonna start whipping pretty soon.
I need to interrupt this podcast with an update and tell you that the gentleman I'm trying to buy this Milwaukee pack-out set from didn't reply to my initial messages around like 2 o'clock. And so I followed with a few minutes ago and said, if this deal doesn't go through, my wife is going to divorce me. And
You actually sent that?
I sent that. And he replied with, are you serious?
What'd you say?
And I said, yeah, she's been telling me to get a Milwaukee pack-out for a while now and said this was the last straw if I didn't get one by the end of the year.
Are you serious?
He said,
can you imagine?
straight, are you serious? So
Is that him now?
So you really forced his hand. He probably blocked you.
Awesome.
I don't know. I really hope he didn't because this is a screaming deal.
It'd be better if he texts back. But lucky for you, I'm a divorce attorney.
That would also be huge.
Yeah. You got 2 clients in one.
I know.
2 birds stoned at once, yeah.
All right, well, back to lakes and stuff. Just to round out the lake by call thing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's 4 times deeper than Lake Superior is what it ends up being. So Lake Superior is like what? That makes it like 1,000.
Mile.
Yeah.
you look over at us like Lake Superior's like, how deep? Like I'm supposed to know that.
You
That's
know.
shit that
A little over 1,000.
A little over 1,000 feet. Well, 5,200 is in
It's like
a mile.
yeah, it's like 1,300 and some.
Yeah.
Elevations of lakes. The highest one in which mountains in Bolivia and Peru? What are those mountains called? Interpersonal, man. You got to stop it.
To throw you off or what?
We're really distracting the podcast.
Yeah, you can't quit texting and you can't.
crack. I'm going through the deal here, dude. You caught me out of work.
No, I'm just saying.
I think our audience
You're not locked in, is what I'm saying.
Our audience appreciates this.
I'm dialed. Are they watching?
They're probably not. A majority of our listeners are listeners.
You're an idiot.
I know. What was the question?
What mountains are in Bolivia and Peru where Lake Titicaca? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
I remember that one.
Lake Titicaca. Damn. In
Who got a
Bolivia and
hold of
Peru.
that naming right?
The Andes.
Hey. You get 1 interpersonal minute with that thing.
Minute? A whole fucking minute? No.
How's that feel?
Nice,
Fine,
man.
actually.
Feels fine, actually. Good.
3,800 feet above sea level. So it's like nothing compared to Denver, basically.
Denver. You just throw out a red.
That's the comparison.
Like
yeah.
nothing compared
Denver's
to the
over a mile in the
building
air.
in Minot.
That's what I know.
Yeah, if you had to compare it to that.
And then the lowest lake, the Dead Sea, is more than 300. I don't want to do meters. 1,300 feet below sea level. It's
below sea level.
yeah, Israel and Jordan is where that one is.
Mm.
Is that why Israel floods all the time?
No, I'd say that's mostly because of water.
Damn.
Yeah.
There's too much of it, and it floods.
Yeah. It's too much water. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That should be the land of 9,000 boats there. They'd be
all right.
sitting pretty.
Or one big arc.
Yeah.
Could be.
Buddy Noah could build it.
We know a guy. We know a guy.
Oh,
I didn't even mean to do it, and I did it.
And I just,
Lakes are either open or closed. They either have rivers coming out of them, or they just are standing water.
Not like a toll booth.
Not like a toll booth, not like a road. I mean, like a lake.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lake.
Yeah. So,
Because I feel like if it's open, then it's automatically a river.
like Lake Sakakawea, open.
Because there's a river.
There's a river.
Yeah.
Great
What is
Salt
it?
Lake, closed.
Closed.
Oh, there's that the one in
Because or
Utah?
else the salt
Yeah.
would fall out.
It's too much salt in there.
No, the reason actually I got
Is
it
there
right-
actually a reason why we can't do the salt water like from the ocean? Why can't we drink that? Can't we do something to it?
Too much salt. You'd have to boil it.
So we could just boil the ocean.
Probably be bad
we're
for the
really
fish.
trying.
I actually did hear something about this.
Nathan said, I actually tried this.
No,
I actually last week I boiled the ocean.
it was,
I brought my Bic lighter.
who's that really smart black scientist?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, it was him. And I think it was like the Joe Rogan.
Talk
podcast
about
or
branding for
something.
Neil. He's automatically known as a really smart black scientist.
Black guy with mustache. A lot of science.
Yeah. A lot of science. Too
But,
much science.
Too much.
He said the only thing stopping it is like it's just not worth it. It can be done, but like for any like a bottled water company to do that, it's just not worth the money they get out of water.
But at some point, it's
What
gonna
if they
be,
sold
what if
it
we
for a
run-
higher cost?
It will eventually.
What if we run out of fresh water? Then it's going to be fucking more than
Can't.
worth it.
Can't.
Rain?
Yep.
We can't run out of fresh water?
Can't.
There can
Eventually,
be a
it all
shortage
comes
of it, though.
back. It all comes back.
How?
Whether you take a piss.
Clouds?
Yeah.
Clouds. I mean, it gets purified through. I mean, like when it goes through a stream.
How does piss get back to water?
What?
It's going in the sewer underground and then goes into the ground and then goes into the ground, rises up, gets hot, evaporates.
Really?
Easton.
Yeah.
Piss turns into
Dude, the water cycle, man.
Evaporates, but not all the other things that make
That's the whole
piss.
boiling process. That's why if you boil seawater, it's okay.
Yeah, if you boil it.
No, that's not the whole boiling process. Me pissing, going into the drain, ground, cloud.
It's
back
the
down
water
to me.
cycle, man.
I don't just sit
I don't know
up at
for
night
sure if it
thinking
happens like
about
that,
the
but-
watering cycle.
No, either do I, but it's
That's
just
what
one
you
of
guys
these
do
things
over there on the
tucked in
north-
my brain.
On the north side of 4th Ave, you just have a group that talks about the water cycle.
You don't?
Yeah.
Hey, what's your guys' water cycle looking like? No, I don't.
I'm at about 3/4.
See my
through
neighbors?
No.
Yeah,
I've
me
never
neither.
seen it. Actually, I did bump into him when I was leaving the other day.
So the reason why the Great Salt Lake has so much salt more than the ocean, like per cubic foot or whatever,
I don't think I'm ready to move on past the whole.
water cycle.
So you piss, and when does it go to the water treatment plant?
That's like that's
What do they do with my piss?
I just go to the water treatment plant directly. Cut out the middleman.
piss into there.
I just go piss on their door. Yeah. You can reserve a time. You just go empty all your piss at the water treatment plant.
Come in,
Cut out all the piping.
gallons, come in jugs. Hey guys, sorry I'm
Cut
late.
out all the piping. Yeah.
Come Jugs walks in. We don't take your kind. We don't.
That's at the next door.
What's next door?
Cum treatment plant.
Cum treatment plant.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So no, this is a serious question though. So it is.
I got a serious question. Where's this cum treatment plant?
Easton. So, like, are you talking like your piss from when you flush your toilet?
We get that water back to us,
Yes.
but is it like through like a process or is it through like rain?
It's not through
Both.
rain.
Like,
No,
are we
it-
pissing and then someone's fixing it
It
and
goes-
giving it back?
It goes
Yeah,
through the water
someone's
treatment plant.
catching your piss out of the drain in a bottle and shaking it and holding it up to the light and goes, not ready yet. Don't.
No, but okay, I get. It sounds dumb. I get that it like goes through the sewer, but do the
Sniff test.
but the sewer, it go.
Oh man.
Go
Are you guys
on.
ready for my question?
Yeah. Go on with the sewer.
Okay, so you piss in the toilet or wherever.
Okay, well that changes the outcome.
Most times it's in the toilet. What if you're in the shower? Same
Same thing.
Yeah.
Goes down the drain. Same drain.
shit, different pot.
Yeah, where do the
Same drain.
like
so
the
then
porta
the
piss suckers?
sewer goes where? Because it goes to my road.
It's got to like flow out of town somewhere
It goes
into the ground.
So it goes into the ground. That's what I'm getting at.
That's
here.
what I'm thinking.
Have you ever been to Garrison?
Yeah, I was.
You
at
know
the
when
Dickens
you
festival.
know you know when you're driving through Garrison and then you leave Garrison going west
And then there's
and then
white
it smells really bad right when you leave Garrison.
I don't know if I've experienced that, but I'll play along.
So it smells really bad. It's because you're driving past the poop pond.
Well, that's
where
different.
all of their sewer goes to.
Yeah, so it goes into the ground, into the pond.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then all the liquids
I'll have it pulled
will
up.
soak into the ground. When it gets hot, they'll evaporate, which leaves behind all the gross stuff. And then all the water and stuff like that goes into the air.
So here's my follow up then. Before you get into that, Nathan, the water that comes out of my shower head comes from the water pipes. Where is the source of that water coming from?
The water treatment plant.
Yes.
Okay.
So the piss is not going from piss to the plant back to my house.
Can I try to explain it like the best to my knowledge?
Yes.
I thought you said you had the answer pulled up.
Well, I have the answer of
No,
the
we
water
want your
treatment
guess. We
plants.
don't want the answer. I
Well,
want
this-
the guess.
The rest of this is my guess.
Okay, good.
You pee in your toilet.
It's got to be better than somebody just cup under a drain.
One person under everyone's drain.
You flush your toilet, and that goes into your house's main plumbing, and that gets dumped into
The road.
the road where your street plumbing is, and then that goes in like your block plumbing. And I think actually over here it's that weird building that's
So it
over
goes
there?
house to street to neighborhood to that little fucking brick building.
You know that house? Yeah.
Yes.
And that's actually a pump site because that just takes it all drains down.
Yeah.
But obviously the treatment plant isn't downhill to where you are right
Yeah.
now. So that basically goes down, they auger it back up, it goes down again to the water treatment plant. But basically how that works is it goes into the big ponds
Yeah.
where all the solids can go to the bottom.
So the big ponds.
Kind of. And like there's a
Like
bunch
there's
of different,
where are
there's
the
different
ponds?
ways to do it. But basically
I feel like these ponds should have a fence
Get a
around.
little Professor Poop over here.
How long you been sitting on that? But no, bro, do not even fucking think about reading those notes. I'm not to the bottom of this yet.
and then so you have basically the main thing is you separate your solids from your liquids.
Yeah, shit and piss.
So then you just basically have the whole water. It's diluted piss, diluted, shit water.
Why is it diluted though?
Because like when you run your sink to wash your hands,
Oh, it all goes
it's,
together. Okay.
it's 90% water
Yeah.
and a little
Wow,
bit
I piss a
that.
lot.
Same thing when you shit. It's
Yeah.
more water.
Okay. So,
It all
and
gets
then the
diluted.
water treatment plant, once they have all the city's piss and shit,
Yep.
what do
And
they do
also-
with it?
They basically. Have you ever heard of like a life straw?
No.
Okay, it's a portable straw.
They filter
Doesn't-
it. They
it
filter.
doesn't
They
sound-
No, you don't need to
They
say that.
filter.
They filter it,
Yeah.
and then they send the poop to the poop lake, like they have outside of Garrison.
Okay. So mine has a poop lake, and then the water they don't care. They just they put it back into our house.
They treat
yeah,
it.
they treat it.
They
and then
treat
Put
it.
it right
Hence-
back into you.
The treatment plant.
What do they call that building on 16th Street there?
So everybody's piss goes there. It's got to be bigger.
Dude, there's-
how's the building so small?
50,000 different people's pisses in our piss pond.
It's a lot of piss, and
It's a lot.
it's not that big of a building. I feel like
It doesn't stay there, man.
it's got to be, I guess, constantly going out.
Yeah, it goes
Imagine
somewhere.
the engineering on that.
Yeah, people with much more brain power than you or I, or you and I put together.
That's incredible.
But if we added Liam, we're probably smarter.
See, it's things you don't think about. Like, I probably could have got to the bottom of that if I sat and thought about it for a little bit.
So now are you going to lie awake at night thinking about water treatment plants?
Well, I wasn't sure if at some point, like, all the pee goes into,
Like
they
the
just
river?
shoot it into something, like a pond or the ground or something, and then it evaporates, and then the rain, we catch the rain, I
Right.
wasn't sure if they
Purified
were
piss is water.
Yeah, which is not cool to think about. So every time I shower, it's piss at some point.
Yeah, you probably, at some point, the water you drank was probably somebody's piss.
That's crazy.
But all the stuff that makes it piss isn't there anymore.
Yeah, because they took it out.
Right.
It still is kind of piss,
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
kind of like, it's like if someone switches genders. It's like, yeah, you don't got all the parts, but you're kind of still.
Easton,
I get what you're saying.
when you wake up in the morning and you put a new pair of underwear on,
Don't ever.
are you
Never take them off.
reused?
Are you getting
You mean you
this?
flip them inside out?
I'm
No,
working
but
on
like you're not sitting in shit, right?
Most times, no.
No,
it. Depends.
because you wear
That's
them,
what you need.
get them dirty, you wash them,
Yeah.
and then they're better again. No one's like
Correct.
That's why it's okay to reuse.
But at
it.
one point, there were skid marks in that underwear.
Yeah.
yeah, and there was
But
piss in
they're
that
gone.
water, and there was shit in that water, but it's gone. Yeah.
Bingo.
Interesting.
May I continue reading?
So really, we're just watching the skid marks out of our pants with old shit water, piss water. Anyways, everything's piss. Put that as on a t-shirt. Everything's piss. Because really,
I would wear that.
Because really, it is. What is that? That's piss. Yep, that's piss too. That thing right next to it.
Technically, you're right.
also piss.
That thing right next to it. Also piss. I love it.
All right. Thanks for getting to the bottom of that for me. We can move on. I give you the green light.
Most lakes, especially in the northern hemisphere, were formed by glaciers that covered large areas of land during the most recent ice age about, and take this with a grain of salt because this is wrong, 18,000 years ago.
Okay. Well, yeah, because we talked about that on the Ice Age episode. So there were glaciers moving through. Didn't Liam say in the Ice Age episode that we're in an ice age?
Technically.
Yeah. So there were big glaciers moving through North Dakota.
Oh yeah, that's
long
why the
time
Williston Basin was formed.
Really?
Yeah, like with the Bakken, all that area.
If we looked and zoomed out of North Dakota, would Williston look like a bowl?
No, it looked like piss.
I hope we don't need to zoom out.
No, not really. Zoom in or out, and you'd probably just go piss.
See that right there? That's piss too. Yeah. Okay. So it's not lowered. What's a basin? Basin feels like a bowl.
It is just a big bowl.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not quite a valley.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, that's if you believe the Earth is even 18,000 years old and round.
And round.
Couldn't be me. When glaciers melted, water filled up those depressions from the glaciers, forming the lakes. Glaciers also, that's a hard word to say a lot of times.
Glacier?
Yeah. Glaciers. I keep wanting to say glaciers.
Glacier.
Yeah. Glaciers also carved deep valleys and deposited large quantities of earth, pebble, boulders. As they melted, these materials sometimes formed dams that trapped water and created more lakes. Naturally.
Is that how most lakes are from glaciers?
In the northern hemisphere.
In the southern, it's all those little Indian guys digging them.
In the southern, it's caused by erosion from the northern lakes because it all runs downstream. So from the north goes down into the ocean. And so eventually it just gets to be a lot of water in one spot in the southern states, and then they have a lake.
Interesting. You guys have seen those videos of those guys digging on YouTube for hours on end, right?
No.
They wear loincloths and make crazy structures in the ground. You've never seen those videos?
I might have, yeah. Yeah,
They're
you know
all
what?
fake.
What?
They're all fake.
Actually?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because I saw a behind the scenes video. They're actually digging it with heavy machinery. And then they're just filming them digging it with their sticks.
Oh, like you're talking about those jungle looking dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What
Those dudes
Well, they are
looking in the
dressed like
jungle.
Tarzan.
Yeah.
They got a loincloth and they're running around scraping mud with their hands.
What if one of them just accidentally hangs brain and they miss it?
Did they accidentally do what?
Yeah, what is it?
Hangs brain?
What's Hang's brain?
Never mind. If you're hanging brain, you've never heard that saying?
Nuts are out or what?
Yeah.
Hanging brain is a nut out joke?
Is a nut out?
Oh, gosh.
Yes. What?
I just never heard that before.
you've ever-
I feel like I've heard you say it.
Me?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I thought it was a suicide thing for a second.
Yeah, what do you... Yeah, you said hang in brain and miss it.
Yeah, like, and they accidentally leave it in the video. Like, what if you've just intently watched?
Because they have loincloths. It's all coming full circle.
Yeah, your brain.
Why would you have to wear the
brains are tucked.
loincloth?
For realism. Makes
feel
people...
like you're
Well,
back
I
then.
mean,
Makes people think that
Spoiler
they're
alert.
primates with an iPhone
Yeah.
14. Here
Is
I'm
you really
digging-
going to believe they're digging a hole in the ground if they're wearing Lululemon?
Exactly.
I'm not asking, but you could do it with work pants.
Yeah. But then it feels like you got a job. Those people don't look like they got a job.
No, they don't. They look like their job is survive,
Yeah. And they do it well.
I guess.
If you guys haven't seen those videos, just stay up super late one night and let your phone play on YouTube and it'll find you.
I get you.
That's how it found me.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Lakes are valuable resources for people in a variety of ways. Through centuries, lakes have provided routes for travel and trade.
Nathan, did you have
Boats,
something?
steamboat, river gambling.
I'm looking really hard into the sewage treatment,
Yeah.
and the best I could find
He's
is
got his
Minot has 6/4 of land for the wastewater cells or wetland areas.
Don't even get me started on quarters because I don't know what that is either. People are like, I got a quarter of land up north.
quarter mile or half mile by half mile. That's a quarter.
That was a quick solve. Could have Googled that probably. It's more fun not knowing, so thanks for ruining my day.
So we have 6/4 of land that are like
Piss
wetland
hole-
area.
pit holder-
They
piss
just
holders.
pump shit out there.
Really?
I don't know where it is though.
It's got to be up by.
I can't find them.
It's got to be up by the hospital.
I was thinking it'd be by the dump or whatever, the city dump.
Yeah, across the street from the hospital.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you have something on man-made versus?
Yeah, I do later on.
Okay, cool.
You have anything on man versus food on there?
I could go for some man versus food. I love that show.
What about man versus wild?
Yeah.
Bear Grylls was hilarious to watch.
Bear Grylls is legit.
He is. He's like a former like British special ops guy, isn't he?
SAS.
Yeah.
Anytime you're named Bear, you got to be
I actually don't
former
know.
something.
Is the SAS the British ops?
Was Bear Grylls
Girls.
that dude from Man vs. Wild? Was he actual special forces? So lakes help. What?
Your transitions just kill me. It's just silent for a few seconds, and then
Well, I was gonna wait for him to say something, and then
Yeah.
I just didn't want it to be
He's
filled
too-
with
yeah.
silence.
Girls went on and spent 3 years as a soldier in the British Special Forces.
Sounds like a documentary narrator. Grills went on.
after killing 87 wild boars in one night. What is the name of the British Special Ops?
It's part of 21 SAS regiment.
So it is SAS.
Nice, man. You knew that from Siege.
Siege, probably.
Bear Grylls is a character on there.
Yeah.
Should have been.
I knew that from Call of Duty. We did a Spec Ops episode.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Subtle plug.
The lake effect helps farmers, which the lake effect is when
Lakes form.
giant lakes takes longer to cool and heat with the temperature, you know?
Mm.
So when it gets really cold out, the lake water stays warmer. What?
What?
That's why, huh? That's why rice
So
like, switches fast as hell.
It's pretty small.
Yeah.
But like Chicago sits on, what lake is it? Lake Michigan.
Yep.
So in the wintertime, when the rest of Illinois is like getting pounded with snow and it's pretty cold, Chicago will stay warmer because the water is warmer because it's taking longer to cool down and the wind off the lake is warmer.
Is there a river that goes through Chicago?
Yeah, there is.
Chicago
I forget what it's
River.
called. Yeah, it might actually be that.
Because they dye it green, I think, for St. Patrick's Day.
No, that's not in Chicago.
Where is it?
Not Chicago.
It definitely is Chicago.
Look it up.
I want to say it's definitely Chicago.
No, I think you're thinking of
Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Detroit.
Boston.
No,
Where's
couple.
what?
Where is the river they dye green for St. Patrick's Day?
You're listing a couple places with a lot of crime and violence.
They are not allowed rivers.
No, well, they are,
fun.
but not fun things in the rivers. Yeah.
It was the Chicago River.
Suck it.
Damn.
You even said the Chicago River and then you said, no, not that.
Yeah, you're right.
It's all right.
Which helps farmers. Lake effect does. Keeps the crops warm later in the season, extending it. And when they plant stuff, the cold air, after the time the lake cools down eventually, the cold air keeps the crops from sprouting and dying from a frost.
Isn't it crazy that all this stuff we didn't know at one point?
And then we,
Never happened
Learn.
to me.
Like, like people learned this stuff
yeah.
and they thought about like, why is this water still warm?
Oh, man.
You know, how do you even prove that? I suppose you just do a lot of studies. Is that
You
where
just
studies come from? When it's
Take
like
its temperature.
Harvard did a study on this. Is it
Dip
just
your
because
fingers in there?
it's just because someone got curious?
I don't know.
Pretty
It
much.
is weird that like
I'm
like,
sure that they would
all
notice
the
a
years
correlation.
before of us.
Limnologists, they're called.
What?
People who study lakes. That's the thing.
Limnologist?
Yeah.
But I'm not
Nerds.
talking even just lakes. Like lakes, that's just the tip of the glacier.
Tip of the
I get what you're
iceberg.
saying. That's everything. Like
Yeah.
the water that comes to your house was thought over by thousands and thousands and thousands of people over how many years, and each one of them coming up with something better to do.
Yeah. It's like photosynthesis, man. You think about that?
No.
Plants are knowingly doing that.
At some point, someone
Do
was
they
just
knowingly
thinking
do that, or is that just a process because of the arrangement of the
process.
cells and stuff in their body?
Unless the Venus flytraps.
They don't
should
do
be able to-
photosynthesis.
We should be able
Yeah.
to.
How else
How
would
do
they
they
live?
not? He goes,
They
"Ah, I
eat
should have said
things.
that.
Yeah,
Flies.
they gotta grow from somewhere.
How can we not breed
Eating.
Venus flytraps to be friends and bigger?
You can't train them. They're not
What are you
like
talking about?
coherent.
Be friends?
But they're kind of, they eat stuff.
Eat
It
you.
kind of feels like an animal.
You eat stuff.
It kind of feels like, yeah, and I could be trained to be your friend. I'm just saying a Venus flytrap feels more like an animal than a plant.
Is it because it eats things? It's solely because it eats things?
Yeah. What other plant do you know that eats shit?
I don't think there are.
There are other ones that
Nathan,
I don't
I
know.
feel like you're just saying that.
plants that eat things. I haven't heard.
What's the biggest Venus flytrap?
Not very. I'd
Like
say
you
maybe.
saying like
I'd
can
say
I
at
crawl
biggest-
inside of one?
At
Should
biggest,
be able to.
probably
A hand?
my hand. Yeah.
Why can't we get it your chest?
Probably could.
It's too
Selective
big.
breeding.
Well, here's the thing. You see how slow they move when they close on things. It's not lightning fast. It works, but it's not quick.
Is it not?
It's
I
not
always
fast.
thought it was. Maybe that was
No.
my third grade brain.
Unless you watch the video and like fast forward.
Yeah.
But no, they're not fast. So if you take how slow they are,
But don't
make
they
it
hit like some
bigger.
sort of acid in their throats?
yeah, they have to break the stuff down
So how can the flies not get out then?
because the
They
trap
got
is
the-
closed.
They got the little fingers on the top. When they close,
You're-
they interweave.
You
yeah, but if
started
it's
off
closing,
a big advocate
but if it's
for this.
closing slow, the fly
It-
should be able to boop boop and just bounce out.
It actually, I think
No,
they do.
because
I
close
think
a
it
little
has-
faster.
like
it has
this.
whiskers. Yeah, they close on top so they can't get out, and then it seals, and then they break the fly down.
Oh, so you're saying the sealing process is slow? I'm saying the closing. I don't care about the seal.
Well, here's why it works, because it's slow. If it was really,
not.
if it was fast, the fly would freak out and fly away. But since
what
it's
kind of
closing,
backward ass ideology is that?
What if it's so fast that that's how you kill a fly? You're
Impossible.
so fast.
Okay,
It's
compare it to a mousetrap.
it's a plant, different, different.
Same.
No,
Are you saying like let's breed these things to become? Is that
I'm
what
s-
you're saying?
I'm saying a Venus
I don't know
flytrap.
if you could breed speed.
Of course you can.
Yeah, you can.
See,
They
you
do
see
it all the
see
time.
Usain Bolt?
Horses?
Okay, think about this. A Venus flytrap wants to be as fast as it can on the trap.
I'm saying
Because the
it
second-
doesn't. I'm saying it doesn't.
Why?
Because here's the thing: if you go to reach at a fly like this, it'll fly away immediately.
I'm trying to find how.
But if
fast
you
they are.
slowly move it won't recognize that this is happening right away.
You realize though the Venus flytrap is not lunging towards the fly. It is sitting here until the fly is in its trap.
I know how
and
they
then
work.
close. So that'd be the same as you holding your hand here. In the second the fly is there, then you catch it.
Liam
You
is
think if
saying,
you're like this with a fly
Listen,
that you're
if-
gonna get it?
If I start moving as fast as I can from here and close my hand, compared to if I slowly close it,
Okay,
I'm gonna
Liam,
cut down.
stop
I'm
right
gonna
now.
cut
You're
down
wrong.
the reaction time.
You're
Huh,
wrong.
dude? Don't make me say it.
You are so.
Don't make me say
I
it.
looked up
say it.
how fast are Venus flytraps, and it says
And what's the answer? So fast.
no. Few plants capture our imagination like the otherworldly Venus flytrap. Its snap trap leaves clamped down on small insects in as fast as
It sounds like a
1/10
tool ad.
of a second.
I wish
Video.
you'd take this mic off the arm and drop it.
Video. 1/10 of a second.
You think the fly's like, I'm gonna get ya. I'm coming.
Dude, that's
Ah, got you trapped.
my theory is sound. And
It's
that's
not.
all I'm going to say. It is. My theory is sound.
Well, the world has shown you that it is not sound.
Shut up. Try that with your aloe hat.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I was standing on my hill, you were standing on yours, and yours eroded.
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
it's eroded, but he's still standing.
Yeah,
No, dude, dude, tectonic plates are about to hit and I'm going to become a volcano here real soon. So you chill out.
I hope the best for you, but
Burn your heel to the ground.
all I know is that if I'm a fly, I'm landing in your hand.
I'll catch you. I'll catch you 4 times out of 10. dude.
He's the hare or the tortoise, and you're the hare.
Not in this story.
You're your own story right now.
Tortoise doesn't win in this story.
Nathan,
Okay,
you
there
sleeping
you
over
go.
there? How long
I'm
does it
trying
take
to-
to
I'm
find a
trying to
video of
find
a
it.
Venus flytrap?
He's trying to figure out the QWERTY keyboard.
VENUS. I know this next one's going to be tough. FL.
He's just upset because he's wrong.
Hold up.
Oh, he's
What
right.
a-
Fuck.
Okay.
Nathan, if
Look
you
at this.
fuck
Yeah.
me here,
Look at this right here.
turn your mic on. That's a fly's head. That's
That was
pretty
pretty fast.
Yeah.
But
But what?
Yeah, that'll shut a guy up.
what were you watching for the first minute 30 seconds where you were like, I'm not going to turn the
Honestly,
computer
it was
around
like
yet?
slow motion video around of like the whole thing happening because there's not much that happens between fly lands on fly trap and goes.
Yeah.
We'll see.
This is what it was.
Let's
What do you
get
mean
one.
we'll see? We just saw.
You got about 3 minutes till you get to what you just saw.
God, and they're all glitchy.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, tell me we can't breed one of those to be human sized.
Biggest carnivorous plant.
I did hear about a guy that put on a special suit and did get swallowed by an anaconda.
Yeah, I was on Discovery Channel when I was 12.
Put on a special suit of Kevlar or what?
Way to shit on my good news that I had to share.
Discovery Channel?
Hey,
That one?
biggest
No, I was like-
carnivorous plant ever.
Oh, and there's also like 20 something different plants that eat animals.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to lakes.
Artificial lakes. Man-made lakes.
Oh, is that what they're called in the real world?
Are used to store water for times of drought. Lakes formed by dams also provide hydroelectric energy. Electricity.
Hey, that's one of the first.
That's you. You do that.
One of the
Now
very
you can start
first
talking.
time-
You know what you're talking about here.
Let me take this back down. So, 1748, actually.
Harmon Electric.
I have no idea.
The water is channeled from the lake to drive generators that produce electricity. And right here,
One of the very
I
first
pulled-
forms
I
of
pulled-
electricity we had.
an old Liam. And I have a page of table.
There we go.
Let's hear it.
Liam, me and Broden were wondering if your main research place is Wikipedia.
Only.
Do you just print off Wikipedia?
Only. Yep.
You just go to Wikipedia, type in your topic, and print it off?
First I type in my topic. I would type a general question of my topic. Inevitably it pulls up a Wikipedia article. And I go, surely this must have all the
Copy the whole
information I
article.
need.
No, you don't even copy the whole article because you walk in here with about a page and a half every week.
Front back.
I just get the hot stuff that I need.
Do you copy and paste it and then into your own note sheet, or
Yep.
do you read it or you just skim it?
Skim it.
Yeah.
Skim
Because
it
I'm going
real-
to say,
Skim
you
it real
could-
quick because there's some stuff there's a lot of fluff. There's a lot of stuff I don't need off that Wikipedia article. And then occasionally I will hit the drop downs on the search.
The best is when you come in and your page has got hyperlinks and click through. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yep.
Full tables. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got to have the table on there. I'm not going to remember all that.
No, I agree. It's just like, yeah, I've never had a table.
I had to try it this time.
Dude, see, it's a
dead
fun
giveaway.
feeling.
But I
It's a dead
visit
giveaway.
like 7 or 8 websites when I do the notes and stuff.
Oh, geez. Okay.
I'm just saying, I like to get a variety of,
Yeah.
of views and
Yeah,
opinions.
you're just really
I
surfing the
visit
web.
one. ChatGPT, baby.
See, and that's even worse than me.
It's not, though. It visits all the websites for me.
Yeah, but you're not visiting them.
I don't need to. Why would I need to?
That's like,
He chat GPTs it, skims it, gets
Yeah.
a good base knowledge
yeah,
for
but
what he
you're
needs.
like, you're being a cuckold. like you're jerking off
Wait,
watching
wait, wait,
someone
wait, wait.
smash your wife.
Wait. Would he be the cuck or the cuckold?
Nathan,
Tomato, tomato at this point.
Nathan, you better
Google cuckold.
go on
real
safe
quick.
search and say
Go on recent searches.
Because I forgot which one's which now.
what's the cuck and who's the cuckold?
I'm just saying that.
I'm saying you're boasting that you have great notes, but someone else is writing these notes for you.
Someone else writing your notes.
I copy and paste them. I'm putting in the work.
I copy and paste them to my page from ChatGPT. I guarantee I'm doing more work than you. I'm having a conversation with this robot.
Nah, I don't think you are.
I say, ask me questions about what you need from me to get the right notes. And then it asks me like 15 questions. What do you want the notes to look like? What do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about this? Do you not want to talk about this? And I say, yes, I want to talk about this. Go more in depth on this. Don't do very much on this. And then boom, generates it. Usually sucks the first time. So I got to tell it sucks. Then they got to fix it for me.
Actually,
Yeah, 100%.
that's cool. You have to run me through that process.
I'll show you.
Same.
Yeah.
Because that's really funny. These notes suck. Rate me new ones. And then Just makes them better.
Well, yeah.
That's
And then, well,
insane.
they sometimes it's like, well, what do you want me to do? If you say make them better, it's not going to know what to do. But if you say, hey, these are too short, I need more in depth.
Yeah.
Or hey, you only give me 2 bullet points for everything, give me 5 for everything. Or tell me actual stories about things instead of bullet points. You can give it prompts like that. Yeah.
Cool. Is that on a Bing or is that on?
It is it's a website, and then openai.com. You got to create
Sign
an account.
up.
There's a free version.
I have it.
I have the paid version.
I've used it a couple times, but like just to ask a few questions.
The
Really.
skill that you need is prompting ChatGPT, because you can have it and use it, but the actual skill to communicate.
You have to.
with it.
You have to literally like. It's like teaching a kid how to ride a bike. You got to get him up there, and you got to push him, and then you watch him go.
Because that's the one thing I see a lot of people say is that you should go on ChatGPT and say, tell the computer what it is. So you could say, you are a podcast host of the Three Dudes podcast, or you are one of 3 podcast hosts of the Three Dudes podcast, and you are tasked with creating notes for this week's episode. The topic is the apocalypse. It needs to be 5 pages of notes.
We should ask
size 12.
ChatGPT if it
0.
knows what the Three Dudes podcast is.
It probably would. I got it on my phone if you want me to look right now.
Yeah, do that. And I only looked up the largest man-made lakes or largest lakes in the U.S. because honestly, guys, do we give a shit about the rest of the world?
Nope.
USA #1, right?
Especially if you're French.
Or Mongolian or Egyptian.
Oh, yeah.
Who else have we pooped on?
Liam, do you want to know the difference?
Yeah.
So a cuckold is the husband of an I'm gonna have troubles with this one. Adulterous wife. And then a cuck is just.
Is it the person
Is that the one doing the shoving?
To attack the masculinity of an opponent. So I guess it would be the guy.
the guy that is
Fuck
having
the
relations?
wife.
Okay, you just come right out and say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he would be the
He
cuckold.
would be the cuckold. And ChatGPT is his cock.
Tell me if you guys think this is accurate for podcast. That's what ChatGPT said.
What'd you type in?
What is the Three Dudes podcast?
Cool. Okay.
The Three Dudes podcast is a popular podcast hosted by lifelong friends Liam Owens, Broden Wonderlick,
popular.
and Easton Bennett. The trio covers a wide range of topics, including
It
prison,
just
Greek
it
mythology.
literally is.
Just wait. The mob, space travel, the apocalypse, the roaring 20s, Napoleon Bonaparte, and many more diverse and interesting subjects. Their discussions often include personal anecdotes and experiences, adding a unique and engaging perspective to their conversations. The podcast stands out for its host's easy banter, quick wit, and the fact that they have been friends for over a decade, which allows for a deep and relatable dynamic in their discussions. This combination has earned them a loyal fan base who appreciates a mix of educational content and lighthearted, entertaining banter. The podcast episodes vary in length, but typically last around an hour, giving the host ample time to delve into each topic thoroughly. Some recent episodes include discussions about the apocalypse, 1920s, Napoleon Bonaparte, Las Vegas and the Ice Age, and various inventors. These episodes reflect the podcast's eclectic mix of historical, cultural, and contemporary topics, often approached with a humorous angle. Listeners can support the podcast by purchasing their merchandise, which they humorously promote on their website, and
That's right.
And the podcast episodes. Three Dudes podcast available on various platforms, including their official website and Apple Podcasts, where it has received
That's right.
positive reviews for its engaging and diverse.
Our website is official.
That's insane.
It's pretty good, huh?
That
You
is
know
nuts.
what? Oh, it said something earlier.
And that was generated in 2.5 seconds.
That is wild.
Now who's the cuck, bitch?
Dude.
I've opened your eyes, haven't
ChatGPT
I?
is still the cuck.
Yeah. Now who's the cuckold?
Not
Oh.
me. I'm in awe. I wouldn't do it until next week.
Unless you do.
Yeah, unless you do.
It called this popular.
Yeah. We
Cool.
are. To our fans, we are.
That was like really solid.
Sweet, man. Biggest lake in the U.S.
Superior.
Superior.
Yep.
You covered that earlier.
Okay. And then the rest of the Great Lakes are the next biggest. Huron, Michigan.
Huron, Michigan, Erie, and
Yeah, it's kind of hard to know them when you can't read my table, huh?
Superior, Superior,
Turns his
Huron,
paper.
Superior, Huron, Orion,
Ryan's belt goes across the middle of the lake. It's a bridge.
Did I say Erie?
Superior, Huron, Michigan, Erie, Ontario, in that order.
I meant to say Ontario.
North Dakota actually has 3 of the top 25 largest lakes.
Lake Sakakawea.
Lake Oahe,
Lake
Where's
Audubon.
that?
that's it, way down south.
Way down south.
But it's in North Dakota, South Dakota.
Yeah.
But North Dakota holds 3 of them. So Oahe, Sakakawea,
An Audubon?
and Devil's Lake.
Oh, yeah. Devil's Lake's pretty big. Audubon must be just like a little stupid cousin to Sakakawea.
Yeah. Just because there's that little road in the
Yeah.
middle. They're not the same. But Sakakawea is the 12th biggest lake, and that's man-made and natural. And I believe Devil's Lake was like the 22nd or 23rd.
What's Sakakawea on the man-made list?
I don't have the man-made list up here, but I want to say it's like top 3,
Nathan's on it.
top 5. No, it's not. It's top 10 for sure. It ain't
Top
top 3.
12.
Fort Peck is that lake in Fort Peck.
It's got. I'd say it's higher than top 10 if it's 12 on natural and man-made.
It might be top 5.
Go top 3. What we got, Nathan?
You can find it out as I find it out.
Huh?
It is
The suspense.
the biggest is Lake Mead, Lake Powell, and then Lake Sakakawea is third.
Third, boom, got
Top
it.
3.
Lake Mead is man-made. That's the one in Vegas with all the dead
Yeah.
bodies in it.
What?
I got something about that in there.
Yeah,
Too.
nice. Let's hear it.
Really?
Well, I'm just jumping right into reservoirs, which are artificial lakes. Artificial lakes stored water so people can drink and piss.
I wonder if that's why they call it Reservoir Dogs. Have you ever seen that movie?
I've heard of it.
Do they hang out around lakes a lot?
Man-made ones.
No, reservoirs.
The oldest known dam in the world, the Jawa Dam, 3000 BC
What?
in Jordan.
Wow.
Yeah, that's insane.
Get the Lake Mead. I don't talk about that shit.
Tell us about mead. Is that where mead came from?
That's where it all comes from.
The largest reservoir in the world is Lake Volta. It's in Ghana.
I
Covers
didn't know that reservoirs.
3,280 square miles. Larger than the state of Delaware. What a shitty state to live in. There's lakes bigger than you. Like,
Delaware.
Nothing there.
It's like, well, I wonder what the size of it is compared to North Dakota. Like a third.
3,280 square miles is nothing compared to North Dakota, I don't think.
Yeah, I suppose if you look at the map, which is 100% accurate.
Delaware is a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Lake Mead, America's largest reservoir, diminishing waters in recent months have uncovered long-buried secrets and other mysterious finds. At least 3 sets of human remains, including a body inside a barrel that could be linked to a mob killing, and a sunken boat dating back to the Second World War.
Sick.
Speaking of water going down, so there was where Sakakawea was at, there was a town there. And that's
Few of
why
them.
Newtown is called that. Because it's a
I
new
got that
town.
on here too.
Oh,
I'm surprised you knew that.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
I don't know
Yeah, this
where
guy.
I found that out, but I wonder if the people are in it when they flooded it. They're like,
No, they
Lake
gave him a
coming.
warning. There's 2 towns. I don't know how you say it. One of them is Sanish or Shanish or something
oh,
like
yeah,
that.
it's on the sign, Sanish. Or,
Yeah, and there were some other small ones. There's one called Elbow Woods was called one of them. Fort Stevenson, the original Fort Stevenson, was in there. And then
Is that all the Indian reservation, I suppose?
it's it was all. It was mostly Native Americans.
Why did they flood it? They just needed that area to have water.
They needed the dam to control
Oh, yeah.
the river flow and get power from it.
You think those people were upset? But they're like, hey, don't worry.
Yeah,
Building you
and
another one.
I got some. Or
Building
actually,
you
I'll just
another
jump.
one.
I'll
just
jump
right up there. Just right up on that hill.
It's gonna be twice as good.
I'll get right into it, and then I'll jump back to the other stuff about Lake Mead and whatnot. I gotta find it. 1 second.
How are those boots treating you?
Lake Sakakawea. Here we go. The lake itself is massive, the biggest body of water in the state, and actually has more shoreline than California.
What?
Yeah. Not of natural formation, of course. The Garrison Dam is the dam that makes Lake Sakakawea do its thing.
Do its thing.
1947 it was built. There were two prominent towns located along the river. Those towns were completely submerged. They were Sonish and Van Hook.
Oh, okay.
And then there was other small ones, but those were the two main ones. Soon as the dam project went into place, the residents of those towns were forced to leave. The land was originally owned by the 3 affiliated tribes and had been for hundreds of years and was now being taken away with no choice in the matter. They fought the government to keep them.
History repeats itself.
Liam just immediately chuckled. So the government, they fought him, but were forced to accept $7 million settlement, and they would not be allowed to use any of the land along the lake. They just...
Yeah, it sounds...
We'll be taking that, thank you.
Eminent domain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they just built Newtown right there.
Yeah. They said, but we'll give you this.
and they're like, what are we going to call this new town?
Newtown.
They're like, let's just stick with that.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
put too
fine.
much work into
I
it.
hate it here. I want to go back underwater.
They don't put too much work into anywhere on that.
So I wonder if
place.
at the bottom of the lake there are like stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be.
Oh, yeah.
Like those towns were like abandoned and then like they flooded.
Gosh, I'd love for them to like scan it. And get like a...
I've tried looking
That's
it up.
Atlantis down there. We've been looking for it this whole time.
Yeah.
It's down there.
I've tried looking it up on like YouTube, like what's at the bottom of Lake Sakakawea, and there's not a whole lot on YouTube about Lake Sakakawea besides walleye fishing.
Yeah. You can't see very well down there. There's not a lot of visibility.
No, it's
At
like
all.
100, 200 feet deep, about
at
180.
all, he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because when I was going to go get scuba certified, they give you the option to take your open water test at like Lake Sakakawea. And it's almost pointless because you can only see like a foot in front of you. So
where else?
That'd be
do you do it?
scary to me. I
Huh?
don't like that.
Where do you go and set up deep pool?
no, you have to go because you got to get like whatever it is, like 90 feet deep to get your open water certification. So you can go anywhere else as long as they have a license.
Did you ever
instructor.
get that? No.
No, because it was me and my mom took the class, and she's like, "Oh, well, we don't want to go to Lake Sakakawea to do that. Like, let's go somewhere fun. Like, we should take a trip to Mexico, and then we can just do it there while we're on the trip." Never went.
Never been to Mexico, yeah. I think you should go through with it.
I want to. I mean, I would never do it again, but it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really good at it.
This is belching into the mic.
I smelt
There's
one
no
of them. man.
regard.
Smelled one of them.
No regard for the listeners.
What do you mean? We're talking about lakes. You know, we're gonna have beers when we're talking about the lake.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
You guys big time lake goers? You love going to the lake?
Oh man.
Not really.
What?
Not,
Yeah,
no.
you do.
You cracker.
You
go to
go
the
to
lake like
Rice all the time.
I go to the lake like 2 to 3 times a year.
That's about what I go, but I love doing it. I
That's
usually work too much.
It's a
and-
good time.
Yeah.
But
It's a good
So
time.
you do it by choice.
what do you not have
You
a
would
choice?
go there if
You're
you could.
25.
I do have a choice. You don't. You would go there more if you could, it sounds like.
Absolutely, I would.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm content with my number.
You don't like sitting out on the boat and seeing how many beers it takes to make you not remember anything?
No, it's all right.
I like it.
It's all right. I don't like.
Drink responsibly.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd. The boat thing is, to me, seems.
Or even
What
just
is being added to be on a boat?
being able to jump in when it's really hot.
Yeah, it's nice.
But you can still jump in off a dock.
But you just
Not the
float on the
same.
boat.
It's not the same, I know, but yeah, I don't know. Never been a huge
I
like
don't
that.
know what it adds either, man, but I know I have a hell of a lot more fun when I'm standing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right.
Standing on business.
What else you got for lakes, Broden?
I got some conspiracy theories about Hoover Dam.
All right, let's see it. Let's hear it.
Herbert Hoover.
He's the one
one
that did the
person-
dam.
Not one person, a bunch of people think that when you fold the $50 bill in a certain way, the Hoover Dam is shown with 4 obelisks around it.
Yeah, because I know what that is.
Weird statue looking things.
Okay.
Totem like.
Yeah. Conspiracy theorists believe that it indicates the dam will be destroyed, possibly in some sort of false flag operation. The obelisks represent 1111, which is a reported Illuminati symbol.
We signed the Treaty of Versailles on 11/11, so
Did we?
11:11 a.m. on November 11th.
Did we?
I think so.
Yeah. See, Illuminati. That was the New World Order right there.
Nathan, see when we signed the Treaty of Versailles.
It's VERSAILLES.
SAILLES.
One I or one S. Sorry.
Versailles.
1919, June 28th.
Not even close.
Bro.
See, we signed something on 11/11.
That was check out the peace treaty for the Second World War.
What was that called?
I forget. Treaty of Versailles.
Is the Treaty of
2.
Versailles World amended? So the Treaty of Versailles is World War One.
Yeah.
So the treaty that ended World War II is
Peace treaty.
PD.
Cut it out, guys.
You know what?
Um,
We're not having fun anymore.
Some pointed out that the Hoover Dam itself makes a pretty good visual match with images of the throne of Satan.
Oh.
There are monuments
Jeez.
of fallen angels as well as a statue that makes a visual match with Baphomet. Additionally, the logo of a German soccer club, FC Köln, was projected onto the dam for 1 week in 2015. The logo pictures a goat standing over Twin Towers.
Ah, bro, and here it is. The armistice on the Western Front on November 11th, 1918. After more than 4 years of horrific fighting, millions of lives lost. I think after that, so they signed it, but the war kept going.
Huh.
Maybe. Something was like that. 11 a.m. on 11/11.
Cool.
The Illuminati, man.
Yeah. Come into effect on 11 a.m. to allow time for the news to reach combatants. However, fighting continued in several places during and after that time, including on the Western Front. Okay, so that's what it was. So it was World War I. It wasn't the Treaty of Versailles, though.
You know what I heard on the Western Front?
It's all quiet.
Nothing.
It's all quiet on the Western Front.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Last little thing about Hoover Dam. One theory says that Hoover Dam will be used in conjunction with the CERN Hadron Collider to open a wormhole from which demons will invade Earth. The theory points to excerpts from the Quran and suggests that from the wormhole, Gog and Magog will one day invade Earth and wreak havoc.
Is the Quran the Jewish Bible?
Islam Bible.
Islam.
These guys are off their rocker.
What's the Jewish Bible?
Torah.
Torah, yes. Torah, can't believe I forgot.
How many different Bibles are out there?
3.
Lots.
Torah. Quran.
3 like main
Bible.
ones.
What do you got, Nathan?
Okay, so there is a lot of things that like could be underwater Sakakawea. And I looked up the maximum depth of Sakakawea and it's 180 feet.
Yep.
And submarines are usually rated in meters. So that's like 32.9 meters.
Yep.
So for like 1.25 million, you can get a sub that goes 100 meters in depth.
This is the producer we need right here. He's researching how we can go see shit.
So
We should do it.
it's,
1.25 mil. That's all we need.
That's not that far off.
It's not.
1.2.
If we split that, that's 400,000 a person. Can you guys come?
We
up
could
with
take out house loans and not buy houses with them.
that? Yeah, where's your house? Well, we're trying to find property
Here is-
down here.
Yeah. We heard there's some real estate at the bottom of this lake.
Yeah.
Nobody owns this
They're
yet.
like, okay, you found a house. Now where's the money to buy it? We're like, well, we need to get this sub.
We will levy this submarine.
We'll sell you this sub.
Holy fuck. There's one for $25,000 and it can get you 100 meters in depth.
Pull the trigger. Message him right now.
Is that
300
the,
feet.
is that Ocean Gate?
Message him right now.
I'm not going to lie. I could probably grab a propane tank and it looks like this thing was made out of a propane tank.
Yeah, I'm good on that then. I don't really like
25 bands to see what's at the bottom of Sakakawea.
Let us know how it goes.
You wouldn't even be able to see.
With
Remember
that,
Liam just said he went down there.
Low visibility. You need some really bright lights.
Yeah,
But that's not impossible.
you do it at night too, though.
Well, that's about all I have for lakes. I mean, I got more, but we're about getting there for time.
Yeah,
so.
we're getting there. We're getting there. Sign us off, Broden.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for listening to episode on lakes and mostly piss
Yeah, lakes and piss.
and burps. Lakes, piss,
Apparently
and burps.
are one and the same.
Guy burps a couple times. It's the end of the world.
Liam was unhinged this episode. One, he was negotiating with a pack out dealer the whole episode. Now
He
his
was getting
shoes and-
interpersonal.
Now his shoes and socks are off. He's touching us with a wire. Bro, yeah.
Yeah. Fun episode, though. Episode 73. Buy our merch.
Yeah, it's
Leave
out.
a comment.
The new merch is out. Go check the website. We'll say it at the top of next week's episode too.
Yeah. And yeah, thanks for checking us out.
Peace out.